Hi, everyone, and welcome to Darkness into Light, Mindfulness, Wednesday Mindfulness. So, I hope you don't mind my starry night here. I would like to do a meditation today. Hello, Sunena ji. And I would like to really go deeper into the meditation. If you've been with me for any of the other mindfulness sessions, I've done a variety of yoga, a little bit of Tai Chi in a sense, Qigong, some drumming. But today I would really like to just focus on meditation. And a few days ago, Darkness into Light posted something about meditation, like Meditation 101. And so I just thought, there was a Buddhist master who said, it's always about the basics. I think if any of you play an instrument or you play a sport, you know that you always have to come back to the basics. And you just try to improve upon the basics and make the basics better. But most of life is pretty much like that, It's very repetitive, and we're just trying to get better each and every day. So I would like to basically share with you my process for meditation. So let me know, can you hear the music? What I try to do is I try to create a nice situation, a nice environment for meditation. So that could be music, that could be incense, basically for all the five senses. Maybe I'll clean the room before I meditate and make sure that everything's nice and orderly, turn off the phones, whatnot, and just make sure that I have a nice environment so that I can really relax and go deep. So after that, I sit in a cross-legged position, nothing fancy, not like a pretzel position or anything like that. And I do elevate myself a little bit. I'm sitting on, actually right now, 2 cushions because my one cushion has gotten so flat that it doesn't really provide a lot of support. So now I have 2 cushions. And I also do that because when I play harmonium, which I may or may not do today, it helps with my breathing when I'm singing. And so that's good, though, in general, in terms of breathing when you're meditating as well. You want to make sure that you're able to expand and breathe without any inhibition. So other than that, you can create a mudra with your hands. You don't have to, but you can. One of the reasons to do this is that it gives your mind something to focus on so that you don't fall asleep during meditation. Because you're always aware that, okay, I've got to keep my fingers together. And if you start to fall asleep, maybe you realize, oh, I'm not touching my fingers anymore. So there are different meanings for all the mudras. I don't know what they are, but this should be enough. And you can just put your hands on your knees. Make sure that you are sitting erect. You don't want to be really tense and, okay, I can't move and I've got to be sitting, so straight. It's not that, but it's also not being collapsed, falling asleep, and being too casual. Ultimately, I'm one of those people that believes you can meditate however you want. But for these purposes, what we're trying to do is be more awake. We're trying to be more alive. We're trying to be more aware. So with that in mind, yes, we want to be somewhat erect and awake. And again, we want to feel like our body is expanding with each and every breath. Okay, so my eyes are now closed. And basically, I sort of scan my body. I just pay attention. I just notice what is happening right now. Adyashanti says, accept everything as is. So when you start meditating, don't feel that you want to change your experience or control your experience or manipulate your experience. We do that enough in life. This is not a time for that. This is a time to relax and to just simply be. There are no demands upon you. I don't want anything from you. Maybe, hopefully you don't want anything really from yourself. We're just accepting ourselves and relaxing and settling in this beingness which is present. So, as soon as I close my eyes, I feel my body more predominantly. I can feel that I'm sitting on the pillow. I can feel where my legs are crossed. They are sensations. I notice these sensations. I can feel my belly expanding and contracting as I breathe. With every inhalation and with every exhalation, my body is expanding and contracting. I notice now that there's a sense of presence. I've said this many times that we're always doing. But in meditation, there's nothing to do, really. I'm going to say there's nothing to do at all. But the mind, it gets nervous sometimes. The mind, it wants to do. So when you tell it, mind, there's nothing to do, the mind is like, oh, what will happen to me if I'm not doing? And the answer is the mind will also relax and eventually just sort of disappear, not in a bad way. The functional mind will always be here, the functional mind that we use to go about our daily activities. But the abstract, the emotional, the conceptual mind, this can relax. There's nothing for that mind to do right now. The Buddha used to call the mind the image maker. He realized that the mind was always constructing a self-image. The mind was always telling stories. The mind was always producing movies. So just pay attention to the movies that may or may not be happening right now for you in your mind. Notice the story. The story, of course, is usually about me. We are the main characters in our story. So my story is that I was teaching English all day, and then I had a work meeting until 2:30, and then I was sort of running around trying to prepare for this. So I'm letting go of that story. I'm acknowledging it, but I'm now saying, okay, that's the past, and I'm just going to set the past down, and instead I'm going to be in the present moment. I know that I have to go to the grocery store after this meditation, but I'm not going to focus on that. There's nothing I can do about the grocery store right now. The only thing I can do now is sit here. I can listen to the music. I can pay attention to my breath. I can watch my thoughts if I want to. A lot of people like looking at their thoughts during meditation, but you don't have to actually. You know, the more we pay attention to thoughts, the more we realize that every day we're usually thinking about the same things. Maybe we're thinking about our family or work or how we don't want to be doing whatever it is that we're doing. We might be fantasizing. Oh my gosh, I'm stuck in this movie right now. Or sorry, not movie. A movie would be nice. I'm stuck in this meeting right now. I would rather be at the beach. I would rather be at the movies. I would rather be in bed. I would rather be with my friend, my partner, whomever. So for me, it's very important not to repress anything. In meditation, we should be allowing everything to appear. This is the moment for freedom. You may not have another moment during your day for freedom, just to be yourself. You may, but you may not. So in this moment, I'm asking you, please give yourself permission just to be you. Whatever secret you may have or whatever internal life you may have, we accept it. In this moment, we accept it. We're just sitting here. Nobody will be injured by you having various thoughts. In other words, some people, maybe anger has arisen and they feel uncomfortable about anger, so they may be trying to push that away right now. I don't want to feel angry. It doesn't feel good. I'm inviting you to allow that anger to arise. It doesn't mean you have to act in anger, start breaking things in your home or anything. You just acknowledge the truth. Oh, anger has arisen. And then you just notice how anger feels in your body. How does anger feel in my belly? Is my belly tight now? Are my fists clenched? Is my jaw tight because I'm feeling angry? Or if you're feeling afraid, maybe your heart is racing, or your palms are sweaty, or your mind is racing, your breathing is shallow. Just notice. Remember, emotions are just energy. So what we're doing in meditation is we're allowing all of this energy to come forth, actually. Because we don't want to push away any aspect of ourselves or life. Not in this moment. This is a safe moment. It's okay to feel what you're feeling and to think what you're thinking. So anger, maybe fear, maybe sadness. Maybe your heart feels sad today. Allow yourself to be sad. How does sadness feel in your body? And if you're happy, well then that's great. Enjoy your happiness. Enjoy your peace. How does that feel in your body? When you're happy, when you're at peace, maybe you're in love. What does that feel like in your heart, in your feet, in your knees, in your back, in your face? So meditation for me is about awareness, watching, consciousness. Consciousness is everything that's changing. Thoughts, feelings, sensations, time and space. Everything that's changing is consciousness. And awareness is the context. Awareness is the space in which this changing consciousness appears and disappears. The more you meditate, the more you will realize that, oh, maybe I'm not so much of this changing stuff as the changeless awareness. It doesn't mean that you're dead or that you're not alive. When you actually realize yourself as awareness, you will feel very much alive. I'm speaking about it as if there's duality, there's awareness and consciousness. Really, it's like the yin-yang. They are two sides of the same coin. They're two aspects of the one being. So both are important, equally important. So we're paying attention to that which is paying attention, and we're paying attention to everything that's changing. Just peeking here to see any comments or anything. So this is a break, a respite for all of us in the middle of the day, for some of us at the end of the day. And we're just being, just watching, just resting. If it makes you feel better, if it helps you to stay awake, you can take deeper breaths. You can focus on your belly and just watch your belly rise and fall with every inhalation and exhalation. You can notice your heart beating, your lungs breathing. If you're sitting on your feet, maybe you feel some uncomfortable sensations. Maybe your feet have gone numb. Just notice, are your fingers still touching? Do you still have the mudra in place? We can create a little smile. Nothing fake, nothing forced, just something that's connected to your heart that says, I choose peace. I choose love. I choose to relax in this moment. I let go of all control. I'm letting life be as life is. No need to change anything. Nothing inside of myself and nothing outside of myself do I need to change. Everything is just an expression of intelligence and creativity, truth, beauty, and goodness. Allow everything to get quieter now. The mind is a little bit like a radio that's in the background. You don't have to turn off the radio, nor can you. You don't have to stop the mind, nor can you. Just let it be in the background. If you don't give it your attention, it will slowly subside. Things continue to manifest and exist in our lives because we are interested in them. We may not think we are. We may not realize that we are, but usually we get sucked into the drama a bit. It's like an accident that you can't look away from. Just allow yourself to look away. If you imagine walking through a crowded street, walking down the sidewalk, you don't look at every human being that you come in contact with. In fact, you focus on the space in between the people, and you find your way through the crowd. So meditation is the same thing. You don't have to look at every thought. The brain is creating 60,000 thoughts a day. We don't have to look at all these thoughts. A lot of them are just superfluous. They're not even about us. It's just consciousness. It's like a thought machine, just pouring out the thoughts. So in meditation, we can focus on the space in between the thoughts. We can focus on the silence that is always here. You can listen for it and hear the silence or the stillness. It's very still in my room, at least. There's nothing, there's no one here, there's nothing happening. This awareness itself is still. Awareness doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't move. It's like the ocean. We're sitting at the bottom of the ocean. We are being, just being. Another thing that can be helpful is to stop believing stressful thoughts. When you believe a stressful thought, you create stress and suffering in a way for yourself. Investigate any stressful thoughts that you may have. I am not enough. Maybe I wasn't nice to that person in the store. Maybe I shouldn't have been the way I was, but you were that way. You can't change anything that's happened in the past. You can send forgiveness, you can apologize, but you can't change the past. I should do more. I should be better. These thoughts are actually creating stress in the sense that they are not allowing you to simply accept yourself as you are, as is. It doesn't mean that you can't make healthy, productive changes in your life, but you make those changes from a place of love instead of from fear or guilt. Nobody's perfect. We all have our blind spots where we miss the mark, the original definition of sin. You know, you shoot the arrow and you miss the target. Everyone does that. That's okay. We're human. We have to accept our humanness and forgive ourselves and send loving kindness into our own hearts and bodies and minds so that we can send that same love and acceptance and compassion to all of those other people out there walking around the world that we come in contact with. If you can't really love and accept yourself, then how are you supposed to love your neighbor as yourself? Because in a way, the mind doesn't even know the difference between I and other. So the tendency is, if you are very controlling or judgmental, you're going to be that way with yourself and with other people as well. So that's why it's so important that all of us do our own self-work, work on ourselves, to look at our minds, to look at our hearts, to be aware and mindful of everything that's happening inside so that we express and create what we want in the world. The internal is the external. The inside is the outside. There is a direct relationship between those two. Look around at your life and see what you've created. See what you have chosen, what you have manifested, either consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously. This is how we become more mindful of our lives. And then just keep coming back to the breath. Keep relaxing the body. Keep sending love to every cell and fiber of your being. Sinking deeper and deeper into your meditation. Wishing yourself well. Sending yourself peace and love. Being merciful and compassionate with yourself. I am always here and now. I am never not here. I am never not now. I am. I am. I exist. I am aware. I am aware of my thoughts. Thought bubbles floating through consciousness. I am aware of my heart. I am aware of feelings, emotions, emotional reactions to things or people. I am aware of the sensations in my body. I am aware of smells and tastes. I am aware of awareness itself. I am aware that something is aware. Something is aware right now. I don't have to name it. I won't be able to find it as an object because it's formless. But there is, we could say, a power or a presence of awareness right now. An awareness and a beingness. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. There's no one to be. Let everything dissolve and disappear and find out what remains. There is something here that cannot disappear. Something that is eternal and timeless. It's you, but not you as a person, not you as a separate individual. It's life. It's the absolute. It's that which is nameless and formless. Awareness, beingness, consciousness, presence, timeless. It's always here. You don't have to keep it being here. You don't have to maintain it in any way. It's always here. Oh, look at that. 3:29. We'll just do a little bit of light chanting here in the last minute. Oh. So it's 3:30. Half an hour of meditation is now complete. Thank you so much for joining me. Please be sure to check out the other events on Darkness into Light, either on their Facebook page or on their Instagram page here. On Mondays, I'll be on Facebook from 3 to 3:30, and on Wednesdays, I'll be here from 3 to 3:30. Thank you for the hearts. And once again, please, if you would like to send me any text messages, questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, whatever you would like, please do so. I would love to interact and engage with all of you. My Instagram handle is pcowlish, Pcowlish. I suppose it's somewhere here on the page. So thank you so much. Sending you peace and love. Peace and love. May you have a wonderful, wonderful day. May you be happy. May you feel whole. And may you have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.